we're going to go ahead and do long division now with this polynomial. So we're going to take that trinomial we have there, and we're going to place that inside our division symbol here. So we're going to take the divisor, which is our trinomial, place it inside there. So 3n squared minus 5n plus 2 inside. And then we're going to take the binomial n minus 1, and it goes on the left side there. Okay? That's known as the divisor, where it does the divising. So we're going to place that on the left. And now what we need to do is we need to take, basically, this leading term here and divide it by the leading term on the binomial. Okay? So we take 3n squared divided by n, and what is that going to be? 3n squared divided by n, why, that's just 3n. Okay? So that's 3n, and where do we place the 3n? We place it up here. So 3n up here. Okay? And then what we do is we multiply that 3n that we have up there with our entire binomial here. Okay? So we multiply that 3n that we have up above by this entire binomial right here. Okay? And we place that answer underneath here. Alright? So 3n times n, that would be 3n squared. 3n times a negative 1, that would be negative 3n. And then the operation that we do when we have this all complete here is we're actually going to subtract the top two terms that we have and these two terms that we just got. Okay? So we're going to subtract these. And if I subtract the top from the bottom there, of course I'd actually have minus and it'd be in parentheses there. Okay? But it's actually easier just to distribute the negative and change the sign of those two terms there. So we're going to just distribute the negative and change the sign, so that becomes a minus 3n squared and a plus 3n. Okay? And so if we distribute the negative, you don't necessarily have to worry about subtraction now. You can just add the terms. Okay? So we go ahead and add the terms. 3n squared minus 3n squared, that's just 0. And then negative 5n plus 3n, that would be negative 2n. And then after we're done adding, we just bring down the next term, that plus 2. And then the whole process repeats, but now this time we're going to use, instead of 3n squared there, we're going to use this negative 2n. Okay? Alright? So we're going to take the negative 2n now, that we have in the leads here, and we're going to divide that by n. Okay? So negative 2n divided by n is equal to a negative 2. Okay? And that number goes right over here at the end. Okay? And then all we have left to do now is multiply that negative 2 that we got times this whole binomial here. If we do so, negative 2 times n, that's a negative 2n. And negative 2 times a negative 1, that'd be positive 2. And once again, we could subtract this whole thing, like so, but it's easier to distribute the negative 1 and just change the signs. Okay? So let's just distribute the negative and change signs, so that becomes plus 2n. And then the middle here just becomes a minus 2. And then we can just go ahead and add them together. Okay? So we add those things together, and what do we get? Well, negative 2n plus 2n, that's 0, and 2 plus a negative 2, that's 0 as well. Okay. And so we have our final answer. It matches what we got before. It's 3n minus 2. If you have any questions, you can feel free to email me at any time. I'm more than happy to answer them.